Do you think USADA is good for the sport?
Yes and no. How's that?
Well, tell me what what the no reasons are.
The no reason is this. I don't think that they're fair.
Okay.
Okay. And when I say I don't think they're fair, they're in a position where at times they know the fighter didn't do anything wrong. Yes, the fighter tested positive. Okay. But the fighter goes and says, look, I haven't taken, here's my stuff. All right. They take a look at it. They can either test that stuff and then they'll see that there's something that's in that. Then they will go to a location that sells that product. Since this is an over-the-counter product, they'll buy it like they're just a customer. They'll take it to the lab, they'll test it, and it comes up with that same thing that the fighter got popped for, and they still then give them a suspension. That is wrong. The fight, to sit there and say, well, you're responsible for what you put in your body. Well, of course you are. Okay. But when it's normal for people, and I understand that, there's a list that, they start putting out and everything, but people go and they believe that if they buy something off of the shelf at a GNC or the vitamin shop or any of these things, they're going to be good. And sometimes they're not, based upon things that aren't even on the product label and ingredients is in that thing. So sometimes I don't like what they do. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. But I do think that they've made a huge difference in the sport as far as people cheating. And when it comes to fighting, it's a big difference. I personally don't care about people taking steroids and hitting a baseball. Okay.
Yeah, I give two shits about baseball.
It's not because it's baseball. They're not damaging each other. The pitcher takes it and he throws the ball harder. The batter takes it and he hits the ball farther. Okay. Yeah. I'm not saying it's fair if you want to say, but so what? No one hurts each other.
Yeah.
In the sport of fighting, you're physically trying to damage somebody.
Yeah.
So there's just a difference in the taking of it. So.
No, I agree with you. That's the part that always concerned me. Like Romero,
Yoel
Romero, same thing with him, right? He got busted for the samples, and they said they ended up doing tests on I want to say another
Josh Barnett.
Yeah. A bunch of locations. They bought from a bunch of different store locations. Yeah. They all came back the same way. It wasn't like they just went down to their local GNC and picked one up and it tested positive. No, they bought from a bunch of different locations around and then tested. They all came back with the same thing that he tested for. And yet they still suspend him for a certain amount of time longer. It's like, for what?
Yeah. See, that's just not right. I look at that and that comes down to that whole, sometimes you have an authority. And I have to win. No, you don't have to win. Yeah. You have to be fair. You have to be reasonable, and you have to have common sense.
What do you think is fair in that situation? Until it's completely removed from their system, then they can compete again?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what I thought too. I was thinking the same thing. Like if it's not in your system,
test again and it's not in their system, and what was in their system, it went through this whole thing and they found that, they took it without knowing, based upon this product puts it in there and it's not even listed. Hey, once it's out of your system, you're back and ready to go.
Because isn't Jessica Penne going through that right now?
Well, Jessica Penne was going through it. Rachel Ostovich, or I'm probably saying that wrong again, but the girl from Hawaii, Rachel, who just fought Paige, she's going through it. She had the same thing happen, and it's just not right.
Yeah. That's a shitty situation to be in, because honestly, your name starts getting the stigma of being a cheater.
And it's not fair.
And that's like printing on the back page after the fact that, that person's clean. That's
no
a
one cares when it's on page 10 and they don't see it.
Yeah. I've always been
the retraction.
I've always said that I think it's good that USADA is involved. I clapped my hands when the UFC brought them in. I thought it was a good idea.
So did I.
But I agree with you on this. They do have a little bit too, the power play is there. You can see it, it's happened across the board. I mean, I want to say with King Mo, something happened with King Mo, same shit with him, right? That was the commission though, right? With King Mo?
No, King Mo is the commission.
Yeah. And he just was like, screw you guys.